wing it.
I don't need to wing it. It's a good start. Welcome. This is sort of a live podcast. I think we wanted to get these going, sort of see how these turn out and whatnot. So, let's just get going. Mike, talk about yourself for a moment.
Well, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Mike. Obviously, Jay's brother.
Yeah.
It's a good start.
I'm just going to keep drinking every 2 seconds through this as well.
Yeah, I apologise, I'll put it away.
I'm just going to, we'll just crack a good old can of Coke open. We like old can of Coke.
So we thought we'd just start a podcast. We thought we'd introduce ourselves and talk a bit about ourselves so you kind of know who we are and what we do.
Yeah.
Well, I'll start with my work. I don't work in the main industry. I work in the telecoms industry. I'm a telecoms engineer. That's what I do for my day-to-day job. And if you find sometimes I won't be in every video because I might be busy doing work and family stuff, and then that's where you'll see Jay doing stuff by himself. But yeah.
How did you get your love of cars?
It's a bit of a hard one actually. Well, it's through family, and it kind of blowed up when we started talking.
Yeah. And
I've always loved cars since then. Like, I say I'm a car guy. My car history is nothing. It's got nothing on yours.
I've had a few, yeah.
Nothing.
I've had a fair few cars.
I mean, I've had nothing exciting. Most of my cars have always had a purpose for getting me to where I need to get to, and fuel efficient. Because a lot of my time I was working while I was living quite far away.
Yeah. Well, you was in Bicester,
Bicester, been all over the country. Yeah.
Yeah. No, like I say, the reason why we're doing these live as well is 'cause it's just easier for us. So we'll pull the audio off this and post it wherever we need to post it later on down the line. And if the live doesn't work for some strange reason, I know we're going to try and get the parts room set up to do other things as well. So we're going to put a switch link in here and whatnot. So, but we just really wanted to get this going to start with and just see how we get on. And hopefully we can drum up a bit of hype as well for the channel sort of thing through this. I'll give you a little rundown of me. I'm Jay. I'm 28 years old, from the West Midlands. I have been working on cars since I was probably about 15 years old. Like Dad taught me, uncles all work on cars, blah blah blah. Been in the automotive industry for the last 13 years. Yeah, been in it 13 years. Like I say, I left school earlier than some you should do. Yeah, that was probably the last of the days where you could do these sort of stuff. Hey. But yeah, so I left school and then just been in the car automotive industry. I was at Jaguar for the last 8-9 years, dealing with them. So that was an interesting experience, to say the least. It's been nice.
It's like everywhere, you have your highs and your lows, don't you?
Of course, it's work. No one wants to work, do they?
No.
Simple as that. No one wants to work. Who does? But yeah, no, it's cool, man. Like I said, my car history's been good and bad. I've had a lot of dangerous cars, and
you've had a lot of cool
cars. Yeah, I've had a few cool cars, and yeah, I've done lots of little bits and bobs. But your first car was pretty cool. The Fiesta.
My little Fiesta.
Yeah, it's a first car though. It teaches you everything you need to know.
I will say, you heard that car a long time before you saw it. It was slow, wasn't it? But you heard it.
Yeah. Mark will be home. He's only down the road. Give him 5 minutes.
During the amount of times I come back and my mum will be like, "Was that you?" And I'm like, "No, someone was racing me." She's like, "I know what your car sounds like."
Oh, right, yeah, I got used to that tone now. No, my first car was a Ford Escort, Mark IV Escort Estate, and on the logbook it was a 1.3 crossflow. It wasn't. It was a 1.6 CVH in it, and on carbs. And I mean, it weren't particularly. I say it weren't fast. It kept up with a lot of. At the time, like my friend's 306. He's got an S16, and it kept up with him like really well. But then I know, I'd say it was down to the old brass balls, but I don't know. Phil can drive as well. Phil can drive as well. So yeah, I've had a few. You know, we've had some interesting things, and we've got a lot of more interesting stuff to come as well.
There you go. Question for you.
Okay.
What's your favourite car you've owned to date?
It has to be the 2 Mark IV Escorts Estates. One of them I should have put in the other one, if you know what I mean. The pink one had a rotten shell on it, and I knew about it, and it just needed the time and love to restore it, but I should have put all the running gear of that into the white car.
Yeah.
But because I just owned them just that little bit too far apart. I mean, I was having that many issues with the white car as well, with gearboxes failing, engines failing. The gearboxes are failing because eventually I found out I had a 50mm spring and a 40mm spring on the front, and it was basically the 50mm lowering spring was just chewing up that side of the gearbox on the LSD, so it just kept spitting the shaft out every 2 weeks. It was like literally a gearbox, and then I got the gearbox that hot once, it fused itself to the bloody clutch and flywheel, so I couldn't get it off. Yeah, nightmare. But yeah, I think towards the end of that car's life, Dad said to me, he was like, get rid of it, I'm going to torch it on the driveway. I think we're both sick of spending money on it. So, but yeah, it was cool, man. I'd love to find out where that car's gone. H448BUT. That was the
Wasn't that a private plate? Or was that?
No, that was from factory, yeah. Huh? H448BUT. That was my first car, reg. But yeah. The pink one was stupidly quick. The thing is like at the time, like before, like performance clutches. I mean, they did do performance clutches, but there weren't really many people doing performance clutches, or they were that expensive.
Not that car.
Yeah, that style of car. They did do them, but they were just stupidly expensive. So I think, like, if I'd had this day and age, I could have spent. The technology's there now with clutches where they're still reasonably priced, and I could have threw a better clutch in it. But you couldn't let it come on boost because it'd just destroy a standard clutch. As soon as it come on boost, it'd just be start slipping. But I mean, that's the passenger seat was fucked just from people gripping it and sticking their nails through the seat. It was just broken.
Didn't you have to, when you come to your missus' house, you had to turn it off a street before, didn't you?
That was both. That's pretty much all my cars up until the last 5 years. Yeah. The Escort was a straight through. Both Escorts were straight through, yeah. But one had a 1.9 long block in it, a 1.9 CVH long block with a massive turbo on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that got done out to about 350. It was about 350, 400 brake horsepower. I can't remember. It did have a dyno printout at some point. But yeah, I can't really remember. It's a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, trying to get wheelwood brakes for it as well. Trying to replace the wheelwood brakes. Jesus. And then trying to find wheels to clear on because the wheels were fucked. And
do you know what's crazy now though? You went to find that car. It's stupidly expensive.
Yeah. I had a conversation with a guy yesterday, an old friend of mine from school, and he's looking for a Mark 7 or 6.7 GTI. And he said to me, he's spotted it round the back of where it's stored, and he spotted it, and he's like, "You selling that?" I was just like, "No, no." And he goes, when they were all out, he goes, you could pick them up for 400 or 500 quid religiously. He said, but now, he goes, I'm struggling to find one for less than $2,000. That's not rotten. And I said, mine is not rotten.
You spent a lot of work on it.
I did, yeah. That car's only going to go up in value. And I mean, I can say this. I only paid 900 quid for the car.
You've had it a long time, haven't you?
I have now, yeah.
It's been like on off the road.
Yeah, I mean, Pete had it from near new. I think he was like the second owner from near new. I think it was 2 years old when he got it. And then he kept it for that many years, and then as soon as it come up for sale, I'd no questions asked. It was how much is the car? I'm come to get it. Yeah. So he was like 900 quid. It's yours. Promote as you talk.
We are working on that.
Are we?
The logos. You're going to get your mate in you to do the.
Oh yeah. Funny enough. Hoodies. Yeah, we're working on that as well. Not at the moment though. We're doing stickers soon, so we're going to do some stuff. But yeah, I mean, we're a bit backwards in the room at the minute because I've had to rejig it around. But once I get everything sorted out, we're going to have a nice, firm position of where you can see stuff.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we might go over there next time and face this way, and then have the logo on the TV and yeah. But
we thought this would be a cool place to do it because tunnel, car parts, car room.
Yeah, it's all right. But yeah, like I say, it's just sort of like a podcasty style live stream, if you know what I mean. So people can interact with us as we're talking, just in case they've got questions. So
yeah,
I mean, I can't expect many people to be watching this now, but it's a good way to promote yourself because the algorithm will just push us out there, so random people will join, and if they like it, they can... Yeah, they can have stickers, don't worry. They'll have stickers. But yeah, no, what else?
Your car, I know you talk about your Escorts.
Yeah.
What was the one car you regretted selling?
Oh, the ST Fiesta.
I
mean, it's a bit of a meme car, like in the sense of everybody slates them, but if you haven't driven one, you don't understand why.
Do you know, I never understood the hype until I drove yours, and it blew my mind.
I think mine was because mine had secret stuff put on it, if you know what I mean. I was quite fortunate with that a lot of people come on board with me to do certain things because the car was so new. I mean, I had people, MK Tuning, come to me and, you know, he threw on a road map for me because he was just doing it, you know, he didn't charge me a lot of money, and we did a road map. Never had it dynoed or anything, so we just solely went on what the car did on the road. You know, a lot of the time dynos don't, you know, there's no mixture in weather conditions.
You could go to three different dynos and get 3 different readings, couldn't you?
Yeah, of course, yeah. And on a road, I mean, most roads are the same. Some are grippy, some are not grippy, so you're either going to spin the wheels or grip up. But I did that in the rain as well, so yeah.
When I drove it, I was being sensible, but I got to third gear and I had to back off because it was scaring me a little bit. But you just, like, you knew where the grip was, you knew where everything was, and you're comfortable driving it, wasn't you? If you
can build a car from scratch, what would your ideal car be? It would be hot hatch with a big engine, rear wheel drive. So Fiesta size with probably I wouldn't go like V8 or something like that, but it'd be like a Fiesta, say, with a 3 litre EcoBoost engine, the new EcoBoost engines. Maybe, we'll see. But yeah, rear wheel drive. But there's so many engine conversions that you can do. I mean, I could do it with the Escort. Yeah, I could literally just get the 4-wheel drive system and put it in it.
Off the RS, couldn't you? What?
No, the Quattro.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I originally bought the Audi. To strip it, but yeah.
But you fell in love with that car, didn't you, the Audi?
Yeah, I mean, I fell in love with it until, well, I was going to buy it as a breaker in the sense of I was going to buy it to strip it for the Escort. And then I got sent pictures of it and I was just like, no, I really want to drive this car. So yeah, I had some good friends out there that helped me out with that as well because it was just all bad timing for me to collect the car, and so thank you, Zoe, for that.
My reply was quite boring. It'd be like Scooby size and rear wheel drive, probably mid-engined if I could. If I could take out just have no back seats in it, just front seats, mid-engined. What's that?
Luke being a killer.
You ain't gonna find me in this room.
No, there's no 10 mils in this room. They're all gone. They're all my snap-on ones as well. Just the man. We need to sort that video out, man, soon. It's a good little thing. But yeah, no.
I wanted hitting up in the future some tools. If you're willing to help me out.
Yeah. Mike's going to have his own little setup at his house, so he can do stuff at his house.
I need to shift a car first.
Yeah. Well, we're looking for a project car for you, aren't we?
Yes.
So that's something to look forward to. But yeah, no, it's cool, man. What are the things if you had an ideal choice for a car, like if for a project car now, if you could not any car.
Do you know what?
I've got your number, mate. Don't worry. You never got back to me, by the way, Luke. Cheers for that.
Do you know what I've really got my hopes on there?
What?
It's a Celica GT.
Oh, you really want that Celica?
Yeah.
The thing is, I'd prefer that if we could just save a bit of cash up and get the GT4, just go for the turbo, down the turbo route. And
it's 4-wheel drive, the GT4 as well.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, do you know what I've looked at over the last couple of months? I've looked at the Focus ST170, the Fiesta ST, the Mark, I think it's Mark 5, the one, the bubbly, not the one after the bubbly shape.
The 6.
6.
Yeah, it's the one before mine, because mine's a Mark 7/0.5, if you know what I mean. It's Mark 7. Was. I ain't got that car anymore, but yeah.
So a Scooby, the estate versions, because they're a bit cheaper than a lot of the normal saloon ones.
Oh, a Wago, yeah.
A Wago,
I mean, look at why I bought the Audi, because it's underrated. You know, I know it's a 1.8 turbo. It's got all the S4 stuff in it. The big brakes are already done. I mean, it's got Quattro. It's got the 1.8 turbo, which I know can get decent power.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can't wait to sit there doing 4-wheel drive burnouts with it. That'd be nice.
I think Jay's getting annoyed with me because every so often, be like, "What do you think of this car?" You know.
Yeah, but the only reason I get annoyed, the only reason why I get annoyed is because he then says, "I'll go, oh cool, we can pull the engine out of it." And he's like, "I've got to use it for a little while. It's not a project car. You've got to use it."
No, I don't mind pulling stuff out. All I said, the only things I need is my seats in it for my 2 girls.
Oh yeah, for the rear.
Like at the minute, because Amy's got her own car, we can get about.
Yeah.
Engine conversions wouldn't bother me. It's just I need the seats in the back. That's all. That's the only condition I have to my project.
See,
car.
like for me, that's what Lindsay's car's for. Like if worst case scenario, I just use her car. That's why Lindsay's got a 5-door car, so I can pull the interior out of the Audi, even though it's a dad wagon. I can just pull it all out and screw everybody else. Do you need a lift? No, because I've got 2 seats. Go do one.
I can't say that to my girls, can I? Like,
of course you can.
Daddy, how am I going to get home? I don't know. There's a bus there.
Yeah, get the buzz.
Get the buzz.
Get the buzz. Nah, so yeah, hopefully we can look for something for Michael. Well, we are looking for something for Michael.
Yeah.
I said we would look for a Golf or something, but
Outside of golfs, I've been looking at a lot of golfs.
to be honest with you,
There's
I'm actually looking for a 1.8 turbo car to break because I need stuff for the engine, for the conversion, for the Escort. So, hello. All right, Mike. All right, Mike.
All right, Mike.
All right, Mike.
Mike.
All right, Mike. Leave Lindsay's car alone. Yeah, but I am going to leave Lindsay's car alone. It's her car. She can do what she wants with it. It's nothing to do with me.
No. She drives it every day, doesn't she?
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's what I say. It's just it's a good grocery getter. That's what it is. The engine in it is going to rattle out of it in the next 40,000 miles anyway. The new Ford system. You buy a car, 40,000 miles later, it needs an engine.
If anyone wants a Vauxhall Vetra, I'm your man.
No.
No, they won't, will they? No one wants that car.
No, I think we should just get that up to.
Yeah.
Do the little bits and bobs on it and then flog it, because then no one can question it then. Get it MOT, so it's got a fresh MOT, and then, yeah, sweet. Oh,
Do you
yeah.
know what's really bad about that? Sorry,
Oh.
for a really interruption.
Sorry.
That Vetra was the most powerful car I've ever had. How embarrassing is that?
I don't know, because it's a diesel, isn't it? Diesel's a good car. It's just been slated by the government.
Hmm.
You know, one minute everybody should go out and buy a diesel. You know, petrol's a sin, and all of a sudden it's just like, well, we prefer you to buy a petrol.
The amount of times I've had like younger boys in like their brand new 1 Series or something.
What are you going to say about 1 Series?
No, but you I'm on about like these. You know what I mean? Absolutely smoke them off the line.
Yeah. Well,
But
there's
no,
anything you can do in.
I've kind of like paid the price of that because I've kind of fucked my car, haven't I? So.
Yeah. That's what I say. BMW's gone now as well. We was going to do stuff with the BMW, but that's gone now.
Yeah, just unfortunate. It just took up too much money and too much time, didn't it, for what it was?
Yeah, it's
and you made a choice, didn't you? Audi, Beamer. Audi had more
Unless
potential.
it's a leave Stu's Jaguar alone, man. It's good. Now it's working. It's a good car again.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a complicated system. That's all. You know, I'm like, for what Stu needs, man, you gotta get the kids in it. He's only driving down the road. It's sweet. It's nice. That's a nice grocery getter as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I do like them. I do like Jags. It's just I hate the company. I still don't regret leaving. So,
You would move on at some point in your life, ain't you?
Yeah, of course. Like I say, I've got this. I've got some stuff lined up anyway. Like I say, the future. You know, 1 door closes, 2 door opens.
Do you know? Evidently, with everything that's going on, do you know one thing that's always been said to me?
What?
You never make money unless you do it for yourself.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, the thing is, like, we're selling the parts and stuff. I mean, it's been a long-winded process, you know, trying to get that going. In the background, been doing that. So, you know, it's just trying to find time for the two of us to do stuff.
Yeah.
You know, obviously me and Phil. Pardon me.
Yeah, driveway dynamic breakers is a separate entity.
Yeah, sort of thing. Eventually they will sort of merge into 3, because I'm assuming...
You've got a really cool project coming up, haven't you, though? We won't delve too much into it, but you're going somewhere Saturday to pick up said project.
Oh, yeah, said project for channel, yeah. It's more of a Phil, love baby for Phil, but it's his thing, but it's good, cool content that we can bring you as well, that along the way for that. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm just going to come out of it, because Banger racing. we managed, you know, our dad had an Astra H, and he decided that he wanted to do an upgrade. It's your it was it was your car originally.
I bought it like it was 4 years old, £6,000, and now it's about to be
for the race. That's a banger racing car, yeah. So yeah, Saturday we're gonna go and grab all the safety equipment for the car, and then soon enough, I think we're gonna start stripping the car out, ready to put the safety equipment in, get ready to go banger racing. So I don't know it. Phil wants me to drive, but I'm not really that interested in hurting my back. It's already shafted as it is. I can't even bend over for like the less than 30 seconds without aching. So, but yeah, that'll be something to look forward to on the channel. I think as well, because we got the braking as well, there's little things that I might end up doing on the channel, like, you know, little tech tips sort of thing, a little section in there where it'd be like a 2 or 3 minute video where I can just show people how to take a steering wheel off a BMW. So silly things like that, you know, because if you're in a bind, people are always searching how to remove something. And if we're breaking that many cars, there's no reason why I can't film a segment on how to remove something. You know, post it on YouTube and just, you know, have a little tech tips area sort of thing on how to do stuff.
Yeah,
because you know, you delve into stuff. Yes, lads. Yes, KK. I don't know, a live podcast is a bit weird, really, because the idea of a podcast is you talk about the subjects, and literally we've not got to one subject yet. We've just ended up rambling on.
Well, we kind of did start with the subjects of the cars and that, but
yeah, about ourselves.
And now we're on the channel, which is another subject.
Yeah, we're on the channel. Yeah, I mean, the Escort's going to take a while.
Yes,
that's going to take a because funds and because I think one's been put in a Mark IV Escort, but totally different to that's really, really light technology that's in that car. You know, the Mark 7 is it's 3 generations later. So if I want the creature comforts inside to work, I need to be able to splice the loom. So I need to sit down and work that out correctly. But I can't do that until the engine's in. Yeah,
and we can't do that until a few.
There's a lot. I think the bulkhead's got to be moved and stuff like that as well. So, I mean, that's going to be a race car in a sense, anyway. So it'll be a 2-seater race car. It'd be track days and maybe drag racing. So. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't. Just make sure you get life. You know, I ain't got no life insurance anymore. I don't work at Jack.
I should have I need to get it.
Yeah, life insurance. No, like I say, talking about stunts, we're going to be doing car reviews as well. So I think I'll be pushing the limit of some brave people who are willing to let me borrow their car and go for a blast through the lanes with it.
Jay is a lot more ballsy than I am. So you probably won't see much of me doing them because I'm not as brave as you.
If it goes wrong, doesn't it? Normally, if it goes wrong, I can fix it.
I just like going fast in a straight line. I don't do corners that well. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I mean, when you got friends like I have, you sort of have to chase them through the lane, so you end up learning the skills anyway. If you've ever been out, I keep mentioning Phil, but like one day you will see him on the channel. Don't get me wrong, it's coming up soon, like the banger race and stuff. So you'll see him on the channel, or any of the tech tips. He'll probably end up being the doll for that crap. So, but yeah, he makes me sick. I can drive, but he makes me sick to the stomach. It's so bad. What else was coming up on the channel? The Skyline that's coming back.
It's coming back. We're not telling you why, though, are we? Not yet.
Not yet. Actually, talking about, I've had confirmation.
We had. Okay.
I have had confirmation, and
you'd have to wait and find out.
I did that this morning as well.
Good.
I did the confirmation this morning. So, but yeah, there's a little mini series coming up for that to do stuff as well.
It's going to be potentially quite big for this channel, but
we'll see. Yeah. I mean, there's other YouTubers going. We've been invited. There's other YouTubers, but it's whether they confirm or not. So we've been invited because we're local to the area and of what we're doing. It's just we know people that know people that have managed to wingle things for us. So we're totally grateful for that as well.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much.
But yeah, we can talk about that soon, I think. I mean, some people don't know what it is because obviously I've already spoke about it. Personal people that are watching now. Yeah. Everybody that's speaking now, I know. So. But yeah, like I say, the reason why we do the live podcast because it generates stuff for the channel. So
and it's just something different from just seeing cars all the time, and you can get to hear us two chums.
Yeah, we can just talk. Eventually, they'll just end up being Q&As. Live Q&As. I know a lot of YouTubers that do live Q&As. Like on a Sunday afternoon, they'll just sit there and do a live Q&A with their fans. So, but this is we've got a different approach to this, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Eventually, we will be talking about Pacific stuff, and I'm hoping that we won't have to do it live. We can just set that off to a Q&A sometimes. We do a Q&A one time or whatever, and then podcasts will literally become podcasts where but at the minute, because we haven't really got the know-how on how to do it and the setup sort of thing, we're still like a quick bodge, throw it on YouTube, and then we can take the audio out of it, and then
that's why I apologise for the bad camera, because it's off the laptop.
lastminute.com, that's all. So
I went for the lack of trying though, definitely wasn't.
Yeah, we did try loads of different options, like with the GoPros and stuff like that, but it just nothing was really working for us. Couldn't really make something happen, so we only know what we know, that's it. We've just got to adapt and learn.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're always learning. I say, especially
with the motto of this channel.
What's that?
Adapt and learn.
Oh, I like it. Did we just come up with a motto with the channel? Adapt and learn. Yeah, that's cool. I'm trademarking that.
Yep.
It's good. But yeah, it's just like people get saying we're not big enough to do merch or anything like that. At the end of the day, if we do stuff in that sense, it'll just be the fact for personal.
Yeah, if you do see us wearing stuff, we've made it, and we're just.
Yeah, it's just for our own personal amusement. So it just gets our name out there. That's all. We're not trying to rub it in everybody's noses or sell stuff. This early on.
We're not that. Not at the minute.
We're just learning and enjoying ourselves doing it.
Yeah.
This is your dream more than mine. I've been down the YouTube route once before, and I know how much of a heartbreak it can be.
Well, you did a gaming side of it, didn't you? We're doing something a bit different.
Yeah.
I'd say it's something a bit harder to get into. Would you say?
Oh, yes. In fact, yes, there is. We're going on a track day some point this year.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, because, I've got the Lambo versus Ferrari when I did the track day, Lambo versus Ferrari. This time, though, I'll get to drive 5 cars. So, yeah. There will be a track day of some sort, and hopefully we're going to try and do it in the good weather so I can actually give the cars a good hoon.
Yeah. So, what, out of the 5 cars, you know what I'm looking forward to the most?
GTR.
The GTR, yeah.
Yeah.
Put your Lambos and your Ferraris to one side, bring out the GTR. That's all I'm saying.
Like I say, there was an F-Type there, but I've driven F-Types before, so it doesn't really bother me, does it? I'd say for you to experience an F-Type, because they're very squirrely, you can get the rear end to do stuff. I'll help.
Cheers, Rach.
Yeah.
Get limp wrist on it as well.
Get limp wrist. Limp brisket.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't know. Like, the things that I really want to do is I really want to buy a muscle car at some point.
Yeah.
They do sell the stuff in the UK. It's just like, LS is like really expensive.
It's not like in America, is it? We're just like
putting an LS down the break. Junkyard, boy. I got this for $500.
Yeah. I got my wrecker engine.
Yeah, so. But yeah, we want to do a Copart build as well. Smashed up Copart build.
Yeah, I would love to do a Copart build.
Yeah, and then, but there'll be a lot of track day stuff. I want to build a drift car as well.
Yeah, we both said that, didn't we?
Yeah, I want to build a lightweight drift.
Full on, strip it out.
Start with the basics first. No power mods or anything. Just strip it out. Yeah, strip it out. Learn how to use the handbrake, and then start doing mods from that. As and when we progress. So that'll be the plan with that. I'm thinking BMW E36.
Yeah, I was thinking BMW as well. Cheap enough cars, aren't they?
Yeah, they're easy enough to get hold of parts. Plus, I'm hoping that Driveway Dynamics goes down the BMW route permanently. Just become a BMW breaker.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. If Phil had his way, it would be a Peugeot breaker. So, but yeah, no, it's cool. You will all meet Phil eventually. He's a very special character. Anything that you want to add in the future for yourself?
You can tell the Foresters here.
Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry, on Subaru Life.
No.
Oh yeah, we plan on doing the rest of the Forester soon. It's just that the weather's not being great. Yeah.
That's where you got you got a sneak peek. Well, not a sneak peek. You knew what engine was coming, didn't you? For the
Escort? It was a
Escort?
1.8 turbo because I already mentioned it in the first video.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 1.8 turbo is going in the Escort.
But we hope you enjoyed that.
It was a little bit of a reveal.
Your favourite car? What would you change to make it better? Oh, what a question!
With the Aldi, because that's my favourite. No, I can't say that. The Escort. I'm already doing that. I'm already doing it. What would it change?
Yeah, right. He's already.
The engine. It's a wicked car. It's just got no power. So I'll rectify that with a 300 brake ban.
What I'm gonna do with my favourite car is give it to someone else, and they give me their favourite car. Then I've got a new favourite car. Do you like that one?
That's good. You just got to find someone that's willing to take turd for a turd, because I guarantee your turd's going to be outdone by their turd.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, nope, not touching it.
So, well, it's not the fact of the car's bad. It's a really good, reliable car. It's just, it's no good for what purpose we need it for, if you know what I mean.
And like, it's not a good YouTube car.
No.
Like, people are not interested in it at all.
No.
It's like, oh, okay.
We want to do lightweight race car stuff. Sorry, there's a cat. Well, I say there's a cat. Molly's rustling down here. She's asleep on my bag, so she's just licking herself. That's what I thought. I didn't know she was in here, but because Daddy's in here, she's chilling.
Do you know what? I can't believe you're all still watching. Thank you.
How many people are here? I can't see.
I don't know. I don't know whether.
Oh well. Yeah, viewers hidden. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It could be 1 million people. It doesn't matter. But in other words as well, channel wise, we obviously each video we post, we obviously want to see an incline in duration viewed, and views obviously slowly have to steadily go up naturally. Some videos are going to do better than others. We already expect that.
Yeah.
With the type of cars that you have, the search history for certain things do things, but there'll be a lot of like how tos in there as well.
Yeah.
Like I say, I can't wait to start doing the reviews. I've got a lot of people. I say a lot of people. I've got about 5 people, some with multiple cars, that are willing to let me take their cars out for reviews. Obviously, we'll do the Skyline first, naturally, and then I might even take... Alex is coming down on the 14th with his BMW. So I might do a little vid on that. Just take it out for a little blast. Now he's had it remapped and stuff like that. And he's got his demon angel light things. What's the next video going up? It is the gender reveal of the engine. So you obviously seen part 1 of the Storm Dennis retrieval of the engine.
Yeah.
This is number 2. And you'll see Michael's little accident.
That's what I get for threading your sump plug.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! I've got to try and do that as well.
Yeah, he keeps tightening and loosening.
Yeah, Michael had the ratchet on the wrong way round and then decided to carry on forcing an aluminium sump plug. Yeah, so I've now got to try and get that out and unthread it. You can find me a new car. Yeah, sure thing, boss. Anything for you. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, like I said, I think the first one's going to be the Skyline at some point. I might just record the footage and then save them for a later date, but Alex can only come down from London at certain points, so... When? Today. I think the video's going up today, isn't it?
We need to watch it and then...
Oh, yeah, we need to do...
It'll probably be tomorrow now by the time I've got back and rendered it and stuff.
Yeah, we just need to watch through to make sure that everything's legit on it. So that'll be... We'll do that after this video, and then I've got to do the thumbnail, which I've got the photos for anyway. Yeah. Do the thumbnail, and then so tomorrow the video will go up live.
If you could choose any video to film, what would it be and why?
Any video to film?
In what sense, Rach?
Alright then, it'll be how to, or can we fix a wrecked supercar from Copart?
Yeah.
GTR build. Yeah, I really want to buy a wrecked GTR and go for it. I've always wanted to own one of those cars.
Yeah, that's like a dream car, isn't it?
That's about 1 million years away.
Yeah, definitely.
You never know what's going to happen. This channel might even fall flat on its face, but we don't care. We're having fun doing it.
We are. Even
it's
if
it's bonding. Yeah,
it's bonding.
It's bonding period.
Bonding or bondage? No, bonding. We'll go with
bonding. Yeah, bonding's bad. Yeah, don't tell them what we do when the camera ain't rolling. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I mean, there's stuff all around you can see we do. So I think for the channel as well, I want to do not breaking videos. I want to show you every car I'm breaking, but I want to do a video on things to look out for, what you can't sell, what's worth money, what's not worth money. Generally, all cars are different, but you get the general basis of a car, and then how long it took as well. I want to do footage, like sped up footage of how long it took us to dismantle a car. I think we're going to do that on the Passat, even though it's missing a bonnet now. But I'll tell
Needs must.
Needs must, yeah. A bonnet takes about 5 minutes to take off anyway. It's 4 bolts, so
yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I think we'll do that on the next car. You know, how to fully strip out a car to a bare carcass, and then go through, you know, all the rubbish, filter through the rubbish and all the valuable stuff. Just go through it like that.
Yeah.
But there's other cars that we can use, like a 206 HDI. With all the GTI stuff on it as well, we could do that. That's a full car.
That's the one I got my hopes up with it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Is that GTI you got there, Jay?
No. Anything else? Things that I don't know. There's loads of stuff that we could talk about. It's just like, you know, general mechanic stuff as well. We can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, like the Audi as well. I want to tighten it up before I start modding it. I want to fix things that are wrong with it first, and I might just do a video on all the things wrong with my Audi. Yeah. You know, all 5 things I hate, and 5 things I love.
You'll notice that on this channel as well that we won't go straight into full-on modding. We'll fix what needs to be fixed, use it for a bit, and then gradually start putting the mods on it. So you get a sense of what it's like driving that car, or us driving the car, let's say, and then slowly watch the mods go up on it.
I just like, for me, I like to go back to the basics with a car. So you put it, so if like say with a Forester, there was bits that we didn't know was wrong with it or anything. So instead of modifying it and making it worse, I'd rather just put it back to standard, run and drive it around for 3 months. If everything's all well for 3 months, then we know that we've got a decent baseline to go with. Yeah. So, you know, a full wrap of a car. Wrapping's really hard. I can do it, but it is really hard. It's not as easy as what a professional makes it look, because they're professional. But I can wrap. It just take me a lot longer. But yeah, that's a cool, interesting video. I was thinking about wrapping the Escort, to be honest. The same colour as what it is, but I don't really want to go through the hassle of painting it yet.
Oh yeah, because there's sort of
yeah. I want to paint all the door ships black, and then do that green. That
it's a wicked colour.
It's charcoal green. So it's a really rare
metallic as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a rare factory colour. So I might end up doing it on the Escort, but there's lots of things I want to change on it. So until we get to that point, I can't really do anything until the bodywork's sorted out. I mean, there's a dent on the roof from a Pheasant, so I need to fix that. But that'll get done when the car gets gutted out. But yeah, wrapping's not difficult. Well, it is difficult and it's not difficult at the same time. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes before you get it right, and then once you get it right, you'll go, okay, this is easy now.
It's like anything in life, isn't it? Once you've done it once or twice, it's...
What do you do for work anyway? I'll tell them what you do.
Well,
you're a data engineer.
I'm a data engineer and a fibre engineer, which in layman's terms is I put in cables that you plug into your PC or something if you're at work. Yeah, but it's quite hard to describe, isn't it?
You do the cool stuff. Like I've seen pictures of the cable management of what you've done in servers and stuff like that. So I mean, you can get into the technical side of it. That it's not a boring job for you. It might be a boring job because you do it day in day out. Yeah. But for other people, the job satisfaction it looks like for them. Like for me, I'm fascinated by that sort of stuff. I'd love to go there and see all those wires and go, oh, look at all that wire management I can do. I've built PCs in the past, so...
Yeah, but then sometimes you get to a job and you look at it and you're like, oh, that's a lot of work to do.
But you think every time I look at a fully built car and I'm like, I've got to dismantle that to bare nothing. And I know there's a lot of heavy pulling, banging my knuckles.
There is a bit of job satisfaction when you do stuff like this.
Oh, you're going to show it? Just try and show a picture. 1 sec. That's pretty cool.
Bit of fibre.
If you can sort of see it. Yeah. But like I say, it's just... little things that you can do.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I
Like,
mean, that's quite technical to do. That's not something you could just
knock up in 2 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't. There's a lot of time and effort it goes into it.
Yeah. Live again. We're going to try and do it once a month to start with. We'll do it once a month to start with, because obviously Mike working and whatnot. Me, I can only really get free on a Wednesday to do things, so
I'm not always guaranteed to be in town during the week. So
no, exactly. And obviously at the weekends, whenever he's free, he's obviously got to try and spend time with the wife and the kids, and then try and squeeze a video in as well. So, you know, you can't really be expected to be down here all the time, especially when you live, like, what, 20
minutes away?
Yeah,
Like
20, 30 minutes.
Depends how we drive.
Maybe do a video going home. No, I do like the drive to your house through the back lanes.
Yes.
It's phenomenal. I think if I was going to do a video, I'd probably try and drive that way. But then it's not a guarantee, because a lot of people know that road. So,
Yeah.
you know, there's always sometimes there's cameras down there and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
have to sort of be careful in that sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I say, we found our new route, you know, where we went to go and do the skyline.
Yeah.
That's a wicked place.
Quality route, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the road to it isn't great, but once we get there, it's great.
Oh, yeah, when you get over to the top, yeah.
It's a really rough road, but yeah, I really want to go through there and do some, like, that's probably where we're going to do all the driving shoots, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's a nice location.
Yeah, it's quiet, and there's not many people who've come up there, and people just leave you alone. Just to...
If we're recording, then we're recording, so, you know, they don't tend to annoy us that much. Molly's made an appearance. What are you doing, Momo? Yeah, by the way, we've got a really intriguing. Well, she's not intriguing. She's not intriguing herself, but she's very intrigued by what we do. She gets in everywhere. So, you know, wherever I am, she tends to be. Like the other day, I was sorting out the BMW for when it went to the new owner, and next thing you know, she just jumped on my shoulder and she was watching me change the central console from the top of my shoulder. So she's like stood 2 paws here, 2 paws on the back of the seat, and I'm just like, I need to lean over. Where do you both see your one both doing or achieved? Wow, like with anything, you know, you want to try and hit the first 1,000 subscribers ASAP realistically. So that's why we've got to try and share the crap out of everything that we're doing at the minute. Try and get as much exposure as we can. You know, once we've hit the milestone of 1,000 subscribers, and obviously then it's for 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it'll be 10, 20.
A lot of it is if people are interested in your content.
Of course it is, and we're both trying to make it as knowledgeable, funny, and you know, when you're doing the editing as well, you know, you try not to make it too boring. I know at the minute there's a lot of the stuff is like when you've had a long day doing something, you're not there. You know, you switched off because so you got to try and get that stamina to stay excited. Yeah. You know, and when you've had a phone call off the wife saying you got to go home, your kids are doing the editing. You know, and then you're like, hello there, guys. So yeah, you just gotta try and keep the enthusiasm. And I'm the same as well. After Storm Dennis the other week, man, I was beat. I was literally so tired and beat. I couldn't wait to get my wet clothes off and just go and lay down on the floor naked by the fire.
I didn't expect to get that wet. Oh, that sounds really bad.
No, that was bad. That was really... I don't think the camera gave it just...
Fully justice.
Yeah, fully justice. How...
And what made it worse is I didn't bring any spare socks or pants. And
to be fair, I've been on a job the last few days and I've been up on a roof and the only thing I can stand in is a gutter. And what a gutter's full of water, so my feet have been absolutely sodded for like 8 hours a day. So one sec, I'm just gonna let the cat out. Michael, talk for a sec.
What would you say is the best car for a beginner, or just in general? It all depends on what your purpose is for that car.
Yeah, if you're gonna go and get kids, go and get the shopping, stuff like that, and who's asking that? Need to build a car port. Oh yeah, there's money. It's money at the end of the day. It's everything ever done to this channel is down to money. At the end of the day, we're both in a situation where we'd like to spend money at the channel, but we both physically can't at the moment.
Yeah, that's why you're on a webcam.
Yeah, there's things that we do want to buy. Like the audio on the channel isn't great, so we are looking at ways of doing that. There is things on the shopping list that we want to buy. See Stuart. See, Stuart, for what? As for the first car, it depends on purpose. I mean, like, if you're a single man basically, and you've got spare cash, and you want to basically, you're into cars and you want to modify it, then put yourself on a good baseline like a Fiesta ST, not the new one, but like an old one with the Z-Tech engines. You know, cheap to run. They're 1.6s. They're cheap to run. They're good modified support and stuff like that. You know. All the materials. Oh yeah, I know. I've got an account now. I've got an account now. Don't worry. But yeah, no. As back to the first car. I mean, if you're a single mum and you've got kids, you want something cheap to run, because you're not going to be interested in that. Something that's
well,
cheap to fix.
Look at Amy's car. I've got a.
Yeah.
It's a Fiesta.
Again.
1.4.
We like Fords, yeah.
Yeah, but she absolutely loves it, and it's perfect for her. It does what she needs to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you take our first cars, first thing that went on the mine was the exhaust and alloys and a big airbox.
Mine was totally different. I passed my test, and a year later I finally got my car on the road. Literally a year to the day. Because I bought a car that was...
You had to rebuild it from
scratch. I had to
rebuild
rebuild it. It was just a rolling shell, basically. Nothing really worked on it. It was a rolling shell, and I mean, due to Pete, it was dry stored for years. So I mean, I can't be too angry with that. But it needed painting. It needed all the rest of the engine and stuff putting back together. New interior, because a lot of it weren't there. Basically for someone that just left school, basically. Left school, was working at his first garage. I was working at Auto House. No, not Auto House.
Is it no? No,
I was near Nanu. Yeah, I was with Nanu, but I was... I can't remember what it's freaking called. It's Auto something. Auto House was over the road, but we were Auto Choice. No, I can't remember what it was called. It was Auto something. But yeah, I'm 16 years old. I've got my first apprenticeship job. I'm at college learning stuff. I'm part-time army stuff as well until... Oh,
it was TA, weren't you?
For a bit. Yeah, I did that. So I was doing a mixture of things. And I didn't really have the money because I was only on an apprenticeship wage to do stuff.
You were literally that guy, weren't you? With like, I've got a car, right, what do I need to save up for it? What do I need to save up for it? What do I need?
I mean, I'm grateful as well that my dad's into cars, so if I did need like big purchases, like the interior, we went and bought a full RS Turbo interior for that car. Drove all the way, my big dad drove us all the way to Yorkshire to get it as well. Stuffed it all in the back of his car at the time. He paid the 250. He paid the 250 quid. We went back and we were so excited. We got it in that day as well. So full interior was sorted then.
That's what it's like. That's when we talk about cars and what you want to do with them. That's something you and your dad have obviously enjoyed doing, and it's it's experience.
The Skyline is not my car. I mean, it's the channel's car, but it's not my car. It's my dad's car. And the bloke's 50 odd years old, and he's still like an 18-year-old bloke, you know what I mean, with his cars and stuff. So he's still got the passion there. I've been in and out of cars. For a few years I weren't interested. I was working on them day in, day out. So you lose your passion a little bit. I lost my way. But he never has. He never has. He's always had something with a ridiculous wheels, ridiculous exhaust, ridiculous paint job. You ask anybody about him, his exhausts, which are crazy, absolutely crazy on every single car. And I mean, the Skyline, what he wants to do, I can't even picture it in my head, but I'm sure I'll like it eventually.
The good thing is that your dad's got that picture in his head, and he knows exactly what he wants out of it, and he's very focused on it, isn't he?
Following from Rachel's question, what about a mum with 3 kids' first car?
Ford Focus.
Yeah, you want it to be big enough. You don't want it to be too small that everybody's...
Are they in car seats as well? So I'll ask that question. If they're in car seats, you're going to need something a bit bigger.
Yeah, I think there's only one that isn't in a car seat. I think Caitlin in that house. He's been dying to get in a video. Replace Mike for a day. So whenever he's going to get the opportunity, when the weather's on our side, I think if Michael's not around, he's definitely 100% going to be in a video.
He wants that Forester on the road, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's eager. He's just itching to go and take it for a rip. So I want it on the road as well. I want it off me drive. Yeah. I want to get on the Skyline. I want to start doing the prep for that stuff.
Eventually, be seeing full send videos as well. That's something.
Oh yeah. I mean, once I get myself sorted out again, I'll be buying cars for full sends, full on. Even when we get some breaker cars, and the engine's about to go bang. Me and Phil's. Oh, yeah, he'll do a burnout with a hole in the block, he will. He's off his rocker, that kid is. He's not right in the noggin. But yeah, Dad will be in the videos some point. Probably
there's
both
gonna
dads.
there's gonna be loads of people on the videos. Like there's a special video coming up soon that you've done.
Oh yeah. Uncle Paul, yeah.
Yeah.
I can sort of say about that video. I mean, he was a bit nervous to start with on the camera. Obviously, it's a bit of a weird situation for him. I mean, he's in his workplace and there's a camera floating around, recording and asking questions. So, and it's not anything that he's used to me doing either. So I felt a little bit weird. He felt a little bit weird. But eventually, I mean, about half an hour in, we were both so natural with it, and he understood the situation, and he started speaking up loud. The music went off, so we weren't going to get demonetized on that video. So, but you know, I think it's a cool video.
Yeah.
And I know people are going to say to us, "Yeah, you're in a factory, and he's got a high tech welder, and he's got a thing." But the stuff that he's done, he had it on axle stands. He was still laying on his back like someone would be on the driveway. He didn't have a lift or anything like that. Yeah, he had a bandsaw, but like he said, you can do this on a chop saw. You could do exactly what he's doing on a chop saw. You know, and a welder, he said the only reason why you're using a powerful welder with a bloody torch remote, he's got a remote on the torch. You can sit there changing the settings. I was like, what? I didn't know anything like that. I was in a bloody factory. But yeah, so that video is coming next week.
Yeah. Or yeah.
Next week. That video will be coming next week. Chris Taylor. What's going on, Jay? How you doing, bud? You alright? Long time no speak. How are we? Let's just say, live streams are a bit weird because random people pop up that you haven't. I mean, I know Chris and I like Chris. I went to school with Chris and whatnot, and it's just like, wow. The first time we spoke to each other in how long? And it just happened to be through the internet. Weird, these things. But no, it's cool, man. It's nice.
Do you know the thing I like doing about this as well? It gives me a bit more experience in front of the camera, and I feel a bit more natural.
To be fair, when I was trying to game stream, it was... I mean, I was quite successful with it, to be honest with you. It's just gaming companies let me down, that.
We don't talk about that gaming question.
No, that gaming company. You're living in Poland. Wow. No way. I'm assuming you found love, and she's nice love, and she's worthy of moving to Poland for. How's it going? Not being in.
Wow, our first viewer from Poland.
He's not from Poland. He's from.
No, as in like right now.
Oh yeah. Oh wow! Thanks, Chris. No, that's cool, man. It's like I say, it's amazing who you'd see lurking in the background. You know what I mean? It's like I wouldn't have expected, an old friend of mine, Chris. I'd more expected David to be watching, to be honest with you. But yeah, cool. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Oh, I mean, this is supposed to be a podcast. So we're supposed to be talking about specific subjects and going into depth with these specific subjects. But we ended up this turned into a Q&A.
Yeah, but we can still put it on some sort of streaming service.
Oh, I know. I do.
Fair play
to be honest with you,
the dream.
I like Poland. I really do like Poland. To be honest with you, I think at some point I'm gonna come to Poland and get the rest of my art finished. I need to get the rest of my art finished in Poland.
We both love tattoos. Like, that's just covered.
This arm ain't great. This arm's awesome. But yeah, it's cool, man. Yeah, it's good to hear from you, man. It really is. I hope everything in Poland goes sweet, man. But yeah, I mean, in fact, Polish cars as well. I mean, they've got the same sort of car history as us. We've got more cars here, variety in this country, but in Poland they still get some cool builds out, and those guys are wild, man. Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of shots of vodka, and it's
when you're getting on the...
It's on the hoodies. On the hoodies. VTEC power. When you're getting on the Hondas. To be honest with you, I think that's what was going to get on the Escort originally. The Escort was going to get on...
K20, is it K20 engine?
K24 turbo. Yeah. But...
Too expensive.
Yeah, they're a bit too expensive here. The only other way of doing it is if I bought a crash car and get all the stuff out of it, because I was pricing up an engine over here is like 1,500 quid. You need a gearbox, there's another 600-700 quid. Wiring loom, then you got to buy manifold turbo, grand, another turbo.
Engine mounts that can be quite pricey. Depends.
Well, the engine mounts, they don't go in an Escort, so I had to custom make them, but it's just the cost of it. I mean, going a 1.8 turbo out of a Golf, like I said in the video before, I know you can get them to 770 brake horsepower with very little money. I think my friend was into the engine for about $5,000.
It's a very little money. I say compared to cars, yeah,
in general. Cars, I mean, I could be in $5,000 just getting the parts to turbo the engine. That's not even internally.
What American cars would you test?
Oh, what would I drive? Don't even get me started on American cars.
Do you know what? My favourite muscle car is a Ford Mustang.
Yeah.
Probably from the 60s to the 70s, then a lot my shape, and then probably from the 2004 onwards. I'm not keen on the kind of in between stuff. No.
I like the new car.
Yeah, the new.
I like all the Mustangs, to be honest with you. It's just, I think the new one's gonna be the last of the V8s though.
Yeah, it's got to be, especially with the way this country's going.
Oh, someone asked about electric cars earlier, right? I don't mind electric cars. I really don't. I think for a performance point of view of an electric car, they're phenomenal. They are the future, unfortunately. But for a day-to-day purpose, with the range that they've got and stuff like that, this country is just not set up for electric cars.
No. And
I really want to talk about that on a whole separate podcast.
We'll do that on another podcast.
Yeah, another podcast about electric cars, man. Because there's just so many things that this country needs to do, and but on a performance point of view, they're. Look at the Formula E, for Christ's sake. I mean, the technology, they've gone from using 2 cars per race to 1. So, the technology is moving forward fast, but we need more people in the electric scene to be making more motorsports versions of it, because the technology will just expand so fast once you've got teams in there doing stuff. And you just need those weird nerds just to fly out. What's the difference? Right, turbocharger is forced induction for the exhaust. So an exhaust gas comes out, spins the turbo, which then spins the feed there, which then creates suction, boost. As for the supercharger, it's belt driven, so it gains boost off the crank.
Off the actual engine.
It's run off the crank, so yeah. One's exhaust powered and one's belt powered.
You'll find that the superchargers are massive in America. Americans love superchargers.
Nah, not really anymore. Not really anymore. They used to be. They used to be massive, but turbo technology's come that far now. But even today,
everyone's saying
if you want torque, you supercharge. You gain so much like mid-range torque through a supercharger. If you want sheer like power, high-end power, even if you get a small turbo, they're still really good, but they just run out of pace. Depends on the size of the compressor.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you're into motorsports, you'll do a compressor size in for the engine sort of thing for what you're doing. And if you're drag racing, you want it all at the top. You want everything at the top. But then you want it to be a big laggy turbo, so it's got all the power at the top, so you can keep banging gears basically. But if you're a circuit racer, you're going to want low to mid-range turbo, and you're not really going to spend that much time around there because you're going to be changing gear all the time. So you want to be able to spool up really quick. But superchargers, they're not really a thing in this country because we have front-wheel drive engines. I think there is supercharger stuff that you can do. Like
I've seen a Mark 6 Fiesta ST that's supercharged.
The one that I had. That'll be the car that I was chasing up the A45, pushing him up the road in my Mondeo ST2. My ex-police car was pushing him up the road. No, but turbo technology's come a long way. Supercharger technology's come so far, but there's only so much they can do with it.
Your limited factor, as I'll say with a supercharger, is it's that constant. It's just one bit of pressure. Well, one bit of PSI or boost going away.
Well, the way they change how they get the rev range on that is on the pulleys. Yeah, they change it all on the pulleys. So.
Whereas turbocharger, you can just keep slowly pumping up the boost.
Yeah, you just keep winding boost into it. You can change the wastegate spring pressure, just so it opens later, so it holds more tension basically. So then the harder the spring, the more boost's going to be trapped in that system, and then obviously when it hits that pressure, it's going to open the valve. A dump valve just basically releases when you change gear, it just releases what air's in that system out to the atmosphere, so it doesn't spin the turbo backwards. What would it be? One car for the rest. GTR. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll go down on GTR definitely.
No, that's the 100%. only car. That's the only car that I wish I could own is a GTR.
Not even Nismo edition. I'll even take the standard edition.
I just don't care. I like GTRs.
Yeah, wicked car, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm just a bit of a Jap boy, to be honest. I am a bit of a Jap boy, even though I've got an Escort, like, but I've always liked Jap cars and I've always liked Fords. If I had to drive a semi-economical, it'll be obviously a Focus RS.
Yeah.
Not even the new one. It'd be the 5-pot.
Yeah, yeah.
I want the 5-pot. I don't want the new one.
They look.
The EcoBoost
wicked.
engines are great and all, but they're just not great for power. You can only do so much. What else? There's obviously more of a realistic car. If you could eliminate a car from having ever been produced.
Honda Jazz. I'm going to say it because I hate Honda Jazz drivers, and I don't care if you hate in the comments and that. They always slow me down wherever I go as a Honda Jazz driver.
It would be a Toyota Prius for me.
Well, that's a fair shout as well.
Because if a Toyota Prius weren't made, then I'm not being funny, but a lot of the electric car technology wouldn't really be there. As much as I like electric car and for performance, I just don't think they're a very good daily car.
Nah.
The prices are just ridiculous. Like I
The
say,
prices
that's
for the
another
range.
video,
That's a whole other
podcast thing.
But yeah, Honda Jazz, hate you cars.
Yeah, Toyota Prius with me. Get them going, man. It's like every Uber driver's got one, man. Or the Toyota Avensis. They all drive Toyotas, don't they? The hybrid Toyotas. Old Golf Civics. Let's try and read through what we've got. VTEC power. Again, on the VTEC stuff. I think one time we will have a VTEC on the channel.
It's just at the minute they're quite expensive, aren't they? Even for like an old 7-plate Civic Type R, you're still looking at a couple of grand, didn't you?
Yeah. They hold their money really well because people know what they are and what they've got. I'm pretty up on the Honda engines as well, so I wouldn't be too scared to delve into one.
I don't hate on VTEC at all.
I really would love one. I just, I think in the future we should try and buy an S2000.
Oh
yeah. I think that should
Proper
be. I think that should be a list. One car on the list is a Honda and S2000 with try and get a hardtop conversion for it.
Yeah.
I hate soft top cars. If that should be one model, that should be banned from all existence. And that's soft tops, man. There's just no need for them. Like you roll over, you're trapped in your car. You're trapped in your car, man. That's it. It's as simple as that.
If you could invent a vehicle that could run on any substance as an alternative fuel, no matter how crazy, what fuel would it be? I'm gonna say water.
Hydrogen.
Yeah.
Hydrogen turns into water.
There you go. The man's just said it.
Hydrogen power. We need Honda to release the hydrogen fuel cell technology to the manufacturers so they can work with them. Because that's the future. The hydrogen fuel cell is the future. Electric, to ban the electric cars, we still get to keep a combustion engine.
We still get that
but the only thing that comes out the exhaust is water. That's it. Once it's combusted, hydrogen, once it's combusted, it just produces water. That is it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear people, oh, what if you flood the roads with water? It's literally a drip every now and then. That's all. So, but yeah, that's all the pollution that comes out of that is water. But yeah, hydrogen fuel cell is where it's at. So I mean, some of the hydrogen dragsters, man. You know, the hydrogen dragsters, they're crazy. They just sound like someone's shook a bottle of Coke and opened it.
Put some Mentos in it and just lobbed it.
Yeah, like a Mentos and a Coke can and just let them go, sort of thing. Yeah, they're wicked. They're absolutely cool. But like hydrogen, the most abundant source on the planet as well. So it's not even hard to get hold of. You know, we're not putting in no carbons in the atmosphere, even though we are such a small percentage of the amount of emissions that go up into the atmosphere is so small from cars. You know.
Well, do you know, ironically enough, do you know when they make these electric cars, when they make the batteries, it pumps out the same amount of emissions as a car would for its whole lifetime. Mm-hmm. So it's not. Is it really saving?
And the extraction fee. The actual.
The minerals for it. Is that what
the minerals for the batteries. Yeah, it's crazy. That's over in Russia as well, isn't it? It's so pollutive over there. And you think like they're so toxic as well, and they're washing this stuff down. There's washing all these the minerals down with water, which is then going into streams, which then people are drinking, getting poorly, and it's just such a backwards effect, man. You know, they're pushing electricity, and electricity's just it's not even there, man. They just need to work on the technology. But like I said, it's on another podcast.
Stop pushing it.
YouTubers on other car YouTubers that you watch.
Okay, I'm gonna go with top 5. My favourite one of all time is Mike Carmot because they got me into watching YouTube.
Yeah.
I'd say at the minute it's Motion Auto TV because I love what Trevor's doing. I love his Mustang. Absolutely love it. Like, it's very one of a kind. I'd say that is. Tavares is another good YouTuber I like watching. Chris from Beerford Build. I love his Lambo. I know you're not that keen on it, but
yeah, it's a bit too righty.
And Adam LZ at the minute, I've got back into him, and I love his Porsche GT3 RS. Back at you.
For me, I would be Project Binky. A bad obsession motorsport. He's sat there wearing the hat. He's wearing the hat as well. What a gimp.
Oh no.
Bad obsession motorsport. I didn't want to say anything either. I weren't going to influence his thing. I just was going. I am so disappointed with him right now. Tomorrow. That's coming tomorrow, but yeah. So just look out for that tomorrow. It'll probably be around 8-9 o'clock, something like that.
Depends what time we finish work.
We're gonna finish off. We're gonna go through the rendering after this.
Finish this in a minute, and then
we'll probably be on here for another 5 or 10 minutes, and then we're gonna go through the rendering, make sure everything's good. I'm gonna make the thumbnail, and then it'll get uploaded tomorrow when he gets finished back from work. So Mike does all the editing. You see, I say he does all the editing. I can do editing, but he's just seems to have adapted it quicker than I have. I'm all very distracted. I've got a PlayStation here, and I'm just like,
you look at those thumbnails. I ain't got a clue what I'm doing.
Thumbnails,
and it's just as time consuming.
The thing is with the thumbnail, people look at it and go, it's just a photograph with letters on it, but it's really difficult.
It is.
I think it's just the software you're using, but yeah, because the photos are like scaled, I have to rescale the image, then I have to put a translucent background on it so that I can get the writing on, and I have to put the writing on, and then everything doesn't make sense there, and then the rendering process to make it less than 3 kilobytes as well. I don't know, you're going to have to find out, aren't you?
Yeah, stay tuned.
You might be a big surprise, or it might be a big... All I'm going to say is that the engine is healthy. That's all I'm going to say. It's good. It is a good thing that the engine is healthy because I know where I need to go with it. So everything on that engine, it doesn't look great, but it is good. Yeah. Everything's cool on it. So I've got no doubts about putting it in the Escort, dry fitting it, and then just getting it running and going for a little while, and then literally just start turning it up till Uncle Rodney appears.
Rodney.
Uncle Rodney. Uncle Rodnock.
But back to YouTube, you got to Project Binky.
Yeah, Project Binky. Obviously, Motion Auto TV.
If you haven't checked him out, honestly, check Trevor out.
Motion Auto TV. He's I don't know. I can relate to him really well because he's very knowledgeable, but I don't think he gives himself enough credit for his.
Definitely not. Yeah,
I don't either. If you know what I mean. It's like, I know my shit, but I don't try and take credit for it. I just do it. You know, I just whatever. Anyway, Motion Auto TV. Jimmy Oakes. Tavares.
Yeah.
I'm into Tavares at the minute. Some of the things he does is cool, but I'm not like I'm not into his Lamborghinis and stuff. But I just watch it because I find him very entertaining.
Yeah, he's funny, isn't he?
I watch so much YouTube.
You're a big Rob Van Dam. Is it Rob Van?
Oh, Rob Dam.
You're a big fan of him, aren't you?
Yeah. Rob Dam. What's gap to your RS Turbo? I love that car. You're on about the pink one. Pete's old estate car, yeah. And I had my white one as well. I've had a few RS Turbos, to be fair, over the years. I've had a few.
I've had 5 cars.
I had 5 cars in the first year. I think and you said earlier about a car that I miss is my BMW M3 I had. I miss that car. It's just a death trap though.
Was that an E? I can't think what shape it was.
I think it was an E36.
Yeah.
I think it was the very old M3.
Green.
No, it was grey.
Oh.
I had a grey one. Yeah, the pink one. That was crazy, that car. A guy from Manchester bought that off me. Weirdly enough, he paid silly money for it. you paid silly money for it, and then ripped all the forged engine out of it and the big honking turbo and all the running gear out of it, and then threw a 2-litre Z-Tech turbo in, and now I think it's about 500 brake at the minute. But that's a guy in Manchester that bought that. He stripped loads of the stuff out. No, sorry, another guy bought it, stripped the stuff out of it, and then he bought it from Manchester and then put the Z-Tech turbo in it. So, but yeah, the car still lives. I don't know if it's taxed MOT at the moment. The last I heard, it was on the road doing shows. The white one, weirdly, it's been converted to a diesel.
As a wagon.
It's still a wagon, but yeah, it's been converted. My old white Escort with the 1.8 CVH engine has been converted to a diesel, 2-litre diesel car. Why? Mate, you're going backwards in life. What a shame. Yeah, I mean the guy that bought it off me from Leicester threw a new wiring loom in it and it was mint. That was the only problem, because we had like wiring cut and that over the years. No one really knew what was going where, so just a lot of electrical issues that were causing other faults, running issues and stuff. So, and I never could find one. So this guy in Leicester managed to find one, threw it in, and it worked fine. And then he obviously sold the car on to another bloke, God knows where, and he turned it into a diesel car. If you be talking one of your converted cars, yes, 100%, 100%. I can't wait. I think there's a few cars that we could do, to be honest with you, but I think the Escort's obviously going to be the first converted car that I'll end up going to Santa Pod.
It's got to get it back on the road, isn't it?
Yeah, once it's running and driving, I can take it up there and then take it down the quarter mile and see what happens.
That'd be a fun video.
Yeah, I mean, whatever time it is, the plan for that car is to be a front wheel drive dragster anyway. So that's the plan for that car eventually. Front wheel drive drag car.
No grip. No grip.
Well, last time I was at Santa Pod, I was chatting to a bloke who sells weld wheels, and he sells all like the Honda, dragster setups and stuff like that. And he said that his supplier could actually do a Ford offset for me. It wouldn't be too difficult for him to do a one-off Ford offset, and it wouldn't cost that much more than what they were selling for. It's like 120 quid per wheel. I think he was on about 140 quid, and I could have the right offset for a Ford.
Oh, for a proper drag, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have seen that 330D he had. It's crazy, that car is. I mean, for a dad wagon, man, it's to be fair, your brother's always had good taste with stuff. He's not really had any bad cars over the years. He's always been a bit prone to crashing them, and he loves first and second and not many other gears. But I'm glad he's got an automatic that changes gear for him. Nah, I love your brother, man. He's sound. I haven't seen him for a while. I know he had issues that he had to deal with, so that was the last time I spoke to him. But yeah, no, he's had that car for a long time as well. I'm surprised, because I know at one point he was going to sell it. So last time I spoke to him, he was on about selling it and getting an Audi A6 van, I think, or something. I'm glad he never, because obviously I've got an A4 Avant now. So.
Yeah. Do not do it.
Got an S4. S4 Avant, go me. But yeah, no. Yeah, I do like you. Your brother's had some good taste in cars, to be honest with you, and he's styling. I like the way he styles cars. He doesn't make them look tacky. I'm not saying to anybody that, your car's your car. You put whatever you want on your car, but for me, I've got to.
But then everyone has an opinion.
Of course they do. I like wheels that suit cars. I like body kits that flow with the lines of the manufactured cars. I just like to do things that look tastefully right. When you just put random shit on your car. Yeah, that Subaru as well. Oh my god, he blew up on the autobahn. Jesus Christ, that ProDrive Subaru. He had what Chris is on about a car. He had a Subaru Impreza. It was 500 brake horsepower, and it was a ProDrive built engine. Oh. And he took it to the autobahn, obviously squealing it down the autobahn at God knows how many miles per hour, and it decided to get let go. My uncle Andy went and rescued him with his dad Neil. Andy and Neil went to go to Germany to go and rescue him and collect the car and bring it back. I think he was in the army. I think he was driving to the army camp, wasn't he? But yeah, no, that car was. It is scary fast. He used to get in it and it's just get up and boogie, man. That thing, you just launch it and it just get up and boogie. It was a crazy car. But yeah, you should never have got it. You should have got that engine fixed. You should have got that engine fixed, or got another one built at least.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that was when he. I think that was when his missus was pregnant with the first baby. Then, I'm not sure. So I think he got rid of it after that when she got pregnant. As most things happen when you have kids, it puts everything on the back burner. But not me. One day she'll leave me.
One day.
One day she'll just get sick of it.
One day you'll be sitting and you won't even notice. You've got headphones on, just playing the PlayStation.
Yeah, just chilling, you know. One day at a time. But like I say, you got to do these things. Oh, he did then. So he did rebuild it and then sold it. So yeah, fair enough. I know. I went out in it about twice. I think. I think I had the Escort at the time, the white Escort. Yeah, and he went to a show, and I took the white Escort, and then we took me out in it a few times, and obviously I went round, and he took me out again. Obviously, blew it up on the autobahn. Crazy car though. It was an awesome car.
I love Scoobies.
Yeah. Well, I was to say, hopefully the Forester can be that eventually. Need to get a bigger engine though, because that one's a 2 litre. We want the 2.5 ideally, and then you want to close deck it, so so it's not so open, so it spits the piston.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we've got plans for cars. We're going to dress up the Skyline soon as well. We're going to refresh the Skyline a little bit as well, because it's been neglected for a few years now.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's duct tape holding on the corner of the bumper that's snapped
on
off.
The front splitter, yeah.
But it looks cool though, because it's Frankenline. It's supposed to look rough and ready. But it hasn't fallen off either, which I'm absolutely gobsmacked about. It hasn't fell off. I'm just like bemused by that.
If you haven't seen it, check out our first video.
Yeah, we took it out for a little drive, talk about ourselves, took it for a little drive, and then did our first envisionary. Yeah, I like those montages. I like doing montages because I take my time and do them. I like to go to the beat and stuff like that. Yeah. But I wish I had more time to do things. You know, bearing in mind, I may not be working at the moment, but I haven't been doing a bit. Look at an EJ Civic, blood. Do you know how expensive they're getting? I'm not saying that wouldn't be a bad thing for the future, but at the moment we're just looking for cheap and cheerful projects. Stuff we can just turn around and create content for. To
be fair, I've had the money. The Focus ST170, you could pick them for about 800 quid.
Yeah.
Cheap,
yeah, I mean,
cheap hot hatch.
The idea of the channel is cheap DIY that you can, do at home for a little while. No saying that in the future we won't get a unit and we won't have, our own place, a ramp and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Everybody envisions stuff. So, for us, it'll be, I just keep plugging away at it for a bit and see what happens.
Here it's cheap.
Are they cheap here? I don't know. I've never really looked at. I don't really see them that often anymore. But yeah, it'd be something to worth look at. Throw K24 in it. Maybe do the first UK rear-wheel drive EG hatch.
That'd be wicked.
They're everywhere. Nah, I don't see them that often. I really don't.
I think he's saying where he is, it's everywhere.
Oh, here it's cheap. Oh, in Poland.
About £2,000.
Oh, right. No, maybe he's on about Poland. So I was going to say I don't see any at all. I mean, there's one on the A45. I see that one, but that's an auto. Some lad's got like a big loud exhaust. Autos, they are the way of the future. To be honest, I think people they should make more auto cars in this country for the average consumer, because there's not enough auto cars here. Only like the high end cars that are auto. That's my opinion. I think daily cars should be autos, but then still make manuals for. I like driving around. Sometimes I like just getting an auto, just cruising. It's 2 pedals. What else can go wrong? What else can go wrong? Obviously, if I'm going out for a blast, I'd take the manual car out. What? That's
the only problem is it's the wrong side
you could
of the
do
road.
that. Nah, are they left-hand drive over there, Chris, in Poland? No, left-hand or right-hand drive? He doesn't drive anyway, so... Bus wanker. Nah, Unless he's passed his test, I don't know. But yeah, no, it's cool, man. We're gonna wrap this up very shortly.
Yeah.
8
Thank
minutes
you
time.
very much for staying with us and watching and hearing what we've got to say.
Cool. Left-hand drive, thought so.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it. We appreciate you tuning in for a little while. We don't know how many viewers have gained. We don't know how many subscribers we've gained. Nothing. It doesn't matter even if we did or we didn't. It's just it was just our way of interacting, sort of a live podcast. I think I prefer doing a live podcast.
I think I'll do as well. I like
podcast.
the questions.
It's cool, man, because it just keeps. Because sometimes, like when you're talking about stuff, you can see the dead spots. You know, you're trying to think of a question, and it's just like we're both thinking of a question at the same time.
No, it's flowed fairly well today.
Yeah, it's been alright. I don't think there's been too many dead spots. But we can, even if we start repeating ourselves in other podcasts, I mean, you tell me a podcast that don't go over something the second time.
Exactly.
But it's good to keep people updated on what we're doing as well, to be fair. The plans, the wishes, the dreams,
what we're hoping for.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, first year, we need to get to 1,000 subscribers and get 4,000 hours view time before we can even get monetized.
Yeah.
So once we get monetized, we should be alright after that. It's just getting monetized is going to be the struggle.
They said the first 1,000 is the hardest to do. Yeah.
The first 1,000 subs are hard. That's why we do these things, because obviously we live stream it. It puts it out to people who just see that we're, the more views we've got, it'll plug us out to other people. They'll come in, see what we're doing. They'll watch the videos, stuff like that. So it just works out in our favour. Check out tomorrow as well. We're going to drop the part 2 of the engine reveal. Yeah.
You see me get hurt as well. So
yeah,
good.
Watch Michael's accident. I had no impact on that at all. But yeah, right, guys, enjoy yourself, and we'll see you for the next podcast, which will be we're
still in February, so it'll be March.
But March.
Sometime in March we'll be doing this again.
Yeah, cool. We'll make another event. Oh, check out the social medias as well, Instagram and that. We'll post that down below, don't worry.
Yeah.
And if you got car parts that you need to buy, we'll link the eBay to.
Yeah, and the Facebook page for Driving Dynamics Breakers as well.
Yeah, we'll do all of it. We'll just do all the
Just
socials.
find everything below.
Yeah, easy. Enjoy, guys. Bye.
See you later.